Roster updates, organization updates, Dezign finding his way inside of LAN. What is going on with the latest of Apex Legends esports news? Here we are to break it down. Let's dive in and talk about what's been happening. Firstly, just to kind of like brief over this, a lot of people have been asking, and I saw this actually on Reddit the other day, people asking about what's going on with BLGS and why is it not continuing, because WIG did confirm that it will not be happening again. But if you guys don't remember the context as to why BLGS actually was a thing to begin with, it was because there was such a massive long break inside, between basically September and where we're starting now. Like, we didn't even start champs for 2024 until 2025, because I heard that they were like supposedly doing it like somewhere or they had maybe had plans somewhere in a location that was not going to be favored. So they really wanted to get that Japan location for champs because everybody had already expected it. Everybody really wanted it. I don't know if that's true or not, but I know that everybody wanted Japan, and obviously that was kind of the rumor that we heard. I think we also heard maybe Vegas or something at one point, but obviously everybody wanted Japan to happen. And from my understanding is that there was a delay in order to make Japan happen. The venue itself wouldn't be available until maybe sometime in January, and so that's why it fell the way that it did. I don't think they purposely wanted to maybe delay it that long. So there was a wide gap obviously between everything, and so BLGS came in the mix to basically kind of fulfill that need of Apex esports in the meantime, so that we weren't so far without it. And that's exactly what the comments say, except Jevy Media also adds that players were very ungrateful, and I don't think EA was really working with him like that. It was a huge headache. One thing the North American pro scene does really well is drive away tournament organizers. They've killed their own scene. So I've also heard, this is a good point, that WIG also said that he and Greek got a lot of crap from some players. And not sure. I remember, I want to say maybe Madness was, I think Madness and WIG had kind of went back and forth on some things on the Twitter timeline about how serious are we going to take this? Like these rules are kind of whatever. WIG kind of came out to say, look, then don't play. Like, if you're going to complain the whole time, then just simply don't play. We're trying to do something nice for the community and cool. And obviously there was some backlash on that, but that is why BLGS, just in case you guys were wondering, is not happening. And on top of that, the ALGS itself is not necessarily confirmed to my knowledge to be coming back next year. We heard that it might be something a little bit different, so just stay tuned. Apex esports probably not going anywhere though, so don't worry, just something totally different. I guess a new format that we can expect. Now let's talk about organizations inside of Apex esports right now. Deeds showing that they have signed the contract, or signing a contract here, so that's obviously good. We want more orgs to come back in. This is a very good team. I did get a DM from one org today saying we are back. I can't imagine that they had the budget to go after this roster, so who knows? But I know there's a lot of organizations coming, so time will tell. Obviously we'll see where this goes and what orgs do announce. We know that Pioneers have also announced their return to Apex esports, saying we're excited to announce that we're supporting the Stay Healthy roster this split as they drop in hot for the ALGS Open in New Orleans. This partnership gives KCP an avenue to support an Apex squad that we believe in, and time to make our mark at the first LAN of 2025. Not necessarily true, because we did have a LAN in 2025 that was a world championship. Just throwing that out there. But a lot of people are wondering still what's going on. If you haven't missed this already as well, people were wondering what's happening with the SSG organization. They said that they would come back. They made hints of that, and then if you didn't see those DMs leaked a couple of months ago, they basically said, look, we're probably not coming back to Apex. And that was because EA had cut out the partnership program, what they were doing to support team roster salaries and such. So I don't think that I would doubt that this was SSG, for those that were wondering. Also wanted to make mention of the NIP update. Obviously, if you haven't seen this, Amphi had to take time off for family emergencies, and we covered that in the last video. But their new pick is going to be world champion with Team Kungarna years and years ago. Scurry. So this guy has also kind of retired, but they always find their way back. He said, this is extremely bittersweet posting this. Comp has been in my life for 6 years, but I'm moving on. And then here we are, just a little over a month later. He's subbing in here on the LAN stage once again. Also, speaking of subbing in, Dezign has found his way on a LAN roster as well. This is Panna's squad. Panna, obviously a very talented and well-known player inside of the community for a very long time. And it's no surprise this happens all the time in gaming due to visas and the timing. Metro would be unable to attend LAN, and so they were getting ready to light things up with some friends. Well, that friend being Dezign himself, obviously a very good pickup, I think, considering this is probably one of the better players that you have to pick up, and this is not an opportunity you're probably going to have all the time whenever you're looking for a substitute, and having this S tier caliber, if you want to call it that, whatever. Well, I think S tier definitely in the form of subs. He's probably the best sub out there. This is a very, very good pickup. So I'm excited for this. I just love to see Dezign, obviously, at LAN. I think everybody kind of wants to see good teams and well-known veterans on a team of some sorts at LAN. Obviously, we'll see how they are able to perform. Now, some drama inside of this as well. How good is this LAN going to be? Madness is not very happy after some updates come out from the LAN itself, saying here are some of the problems that are going on with this LAN. Number one, no noise canceling headphones will be provided. This is a big no in all of esports. Really, everybody is using noise canceling headphones for a couple of reasons. Maybe Battle Royale not so much, but other games, obviously the fan crowd itself is a pretty big problem. Whenever, say if it's a bomb plant in Call of Duty or whatever, you can hear the crowd start to get loud when there's a ninja defuse going on or something like that. Or maybe there's a flank going on that nobody knows about, or someone's making a very interesting play. If they hear crowd noise, maybe they think, oh, I need to watch my back, or oh, let me go check the bomb, or oh. So that's one big problem. Maybe not such a big issue in Apex, like I said, but also maybe, team comms. There's a lot of teams right on top of each other. If it is one of the scenarios where the team that's sitting right next to another team is in the finals and they hear, hey, make a flank, whatever, obviously you want to have noise canceling headphones for situations like that. No chairs for coaches. Coaches are very appreciated inside of the Apex esports scene, and allowing the coaches to sit behind the team has been something that has been a part of the system for a while. And I think teams like that. They appreciate that. Coaches obviously appreciate that. And so no chairs for coaches is going to be an interesting one, and definitely one not appreciated. But probably worse than that is not just the chairs, but no comms for coaches. EA can barely manage a 40-team LAN as it is, but made this one 160 teams. This LAN is easily going to be the biggest cluster frick out there. Also, good luck to getting an Uber versus 480 people at the LAN. So that city's going to be slam-packed busy. That's going to be tough. Now, one thing this post does leave out that I think is very important context is that this is not for the entire tournament. Yeah, if you just read that at face value, you think, well, Apex Esports is chalked, right? They're going downhill. This is only for the side stages, because obviously that would be, I agree and I understand, a lot of stuff to provide to everyone. But another fair point to make is that now, because at some point every team will play on the side stage, you're now going to have to buy or bring that extra peripheral just for the sake of you playing on the side stage. But when you play on the main stage, it'll be provided for you. And so, because that's where you kind of read the rules and you're a little confused. Like, headsets will not be provided on the side stages, so we strongly recommend that you bring your own. But then also you see up the top, you'll need to bring your earbuds for the match, but you'll be coupled with a tournament provided headset. So a little bit of a double whammy, because they're only not provided on the side stages. But to be fair, they're all going to play on the side stages at some point and to some degree. You'll also see from inside of the Discord itself, it says coaches will be actually provided chairs, not only on the main stage, but on the side stages as well. They'll have standard convention center chairs that will be provided to them. But from the rules, you'll also see that they will not be inside of TeamSpeak. So that's a big one. They'll have to just simply take their headsets off after the game in order to communicate with their coaches. I don't think that's the end of the world. This is kind of going back to some OG competitive style stuff. Before there were noise canceling headphones, I remember when people simply used to just play on the Astros. That's all there was. Then they tried this soundproof booth back in the day where you could still use your Astros, but like nothing was coming out of that booth. You had to go in there to play on the main stage, of course. And then now they're doing noise canceling headphones. So I don't really think this is all doom and gloom. I kind of understand where the tournament organizers are coming from here, because this is a lot to supply even on the side stages. And for what it's worth, I think this is a decent setup. But still fair points to make about some of it. Obviously, yes, it will be an inconvenience, because you'll have to still bring your own stuff and use it at some point. And where are you going to store your stuff when it's not being used or what? So you just have to go back and forth of bringing your items and back and whatever. Anyways, I do agree, though, that Uber is going to be insane. 480 people all going to the same place at the same time. Good luck with that. Also, wanted to make mention of your latest scrim results and podium finishes as well. We've had 100 Thieves, Luminosity, and Furia in a podium finish. We've had Annex Esports, remarkable team, and Ronin in a podium finish. We've had also in yesterday's scrims, we've had Falcon Esports, Twisted Minds, Envy in a podium finish. Team Nemesis, Interforce 36, Flat, Bear Claw, Noez Fox, Pingu Power, Reckoning Esports, Pioneers, and Z10 Esports all make a podium finish as well. And then inside of Block 2, we had Falcon Esports, Team Liquid, Twisted Minds again in a podium finish with Pingu Power, Riddle Order, Infinite in Lobby 2, and VVV, ACP, and NRG in Lobby 3. So a lot of games going on. It is so hard to keep up with because remember, there are 480 players, 160 teams to keep up with here. Round 1, round 2, basically all of that side stage stuff is happening in the first couple of rounds of the bracket. After that, it'll get a lot more consolidated. We'll eliminate most of these teams and the bracket will be easier to follow. But you're following a lot of teams right now. That's why you need to be subscribed to the channel and obviously like the video if you want to stay up to date with everything going on, not only just in Apex Esports, but this LAN specifically, because you're going to need some updates. It will get a little crazy. We'll try to not only follow it, but the news that's behind it as well with detailed breakdowns of the bracket. Let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comment section below. Like and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with everything going on. Until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.